Hello and welcome to the Atomic Geekdom podcast. My name is Dave. Joining me, as always, is Kyle. That way,
Hey.
I don't know which way you can look. It's weird in Zoom. Also, you can see him if you're watching it. But we've got a special guest today from Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and from Shazam, the first one as well. We've got Jovan Armand. Jovan,
Hey,
buddy, thank you so much for being here. We can't express our gratitude enough for taking time to hang out with us today.
thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So before we get into it, I'm going to warn everybody that's listening. We're going to do some slight spoiler talk. The movie is out. It came out today as we're recording this podcast. Kyle and myself, we saw it last night. I went in with normal expectations. I saw the first one. I really enjoyed the first one. I had a lot of fun. Made me cry, hit me in the feels. This one did to me again. I wasn't expecting it. I was ready for fun. I had a blast with this movie. This was so much fun. All the great fight scenes, the comedy, the family part of it all, and all the monsters you get to fight, man. That's so cool. I was blown away. It blew away any expectations I had. I was super stoked that it was so well done. And taken care of so well. So congratulations, Jovan. I think you got a good movie on your hands here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. The first one was kind of what I tell everyone is it's just a foundation, it's an origin story. It's to basically explain to the people that aren't up to date on Shazam and stuff, who Shazam is, who these kids are that he's adopted into his family and we've adopted him into ours. So yeah, and this one I feel like we got to have a little more fun, and that's why you see all these dragons and explosions and Shazam fisticuffs and just the lightning eyes. That's probably one of my favorite stills from the movie.
Yeah. Kyle, anything from the movie that you want to talk to Jovan about real quick?
I mean, just a little question.
Put him on the spot.
Your group with the other kids, how close do you guys get while filming and everything? Because I mean, you see it on screen, you see the chemistry there. How is it off camera and everything?
Well, the first movie I feel like it was a beautiful thing, and it kind of helped because granted such circumstances for this second one kind of put us in a different boat. But the first one, we had chances to really hang out and get to know each other and bond. We went to museums, art galleries, little field trips to the Maple Farm, and just a bunch of cool things. And even the underground malls in Toronto, we found very interesting because, most of us, a majority of us are from LA or San Diego. So it's like, we're not used to underground malls. I know we have one here in downtown LA, but who really likes to go to downtown LA? So yeah, I guess our bond is kind of, it came from the first one, and it's no different here. I mean, we transitioned it over. We got to see everyone grew, and I mean, I'm pretty sure like the first day most of us were like teary-eyed because it was so great to be able to kind of have a family reunion. And we didn't get to hang out as often as we might have liked, but we did try to squeeze it in here and there. I know we got in trouble a couple times, but we didn't care.
I gotta ask because I'm a huge baseball fan, and it seemed like Jovan or your character was kind of taking to baseball in the movie. Are you a baseball fan?
Oh, big time. It was a huge part of my childhood. I mean, my mom, who used to work as an H&R representative, or yeah, human resources, my bad. So yeah, she used to do that, and she would get like discounted tickets to the Dodgers games here in LA, or
Nice.
sometimes even free. And they were really good seats. So I had the best seat in the house, and sitting there with my Dodger dogs or my little baseball hat with nachos, and it was a very nostalgic feeling, and I still reminisce on those moments because it was some of the happiest moments of my life. So I definitely connect with that, and I appreciate that that's in there because me and Mama Rosa have something to share and connect with, and that's relatable to me because I share that love with my mom. So
Yeah, that was a cool moment when she's sitting with Pedro with you there, and you guys are watching baseball together, and I thought that was a cool moment. I'm closer to my mom than I am my dad too, so I like that moment. I like the relationship with the mom in this one. The dad seemed more present in the first one. The mom kind of, I mean, there's equal in the movie, the equal, but it seemed like she kind of showed a little more in this movie, especially with Shazam with Billy. So
Yeah, Mamoru also has a lot of heart, and you can see that in the first one, but this time around when she's finding out that, her kids are in danger and things like that, it really brings out that mother in her, that came so
brought out the
natural.
dog in her, man. She was ready to fight.
Exactly, you don't mess with her kids,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that got me. You can see it coming when he's about to call her mom, and you knew it was kind of coming. You could feel it coming, but what that still caught me, man.
Mhm.
It's just a great moment. You guys are doing a great job telling this story of this family. Um, what about okay? So you got the kids in the family, the Shazam kids, and then you've got the Shazam heroes,
Yeah.
the adults. Do you guys hang out a lot on set with your alter egos?
It depends. If there's a lot of Shazamming going on, then yeah, because we kind of do just like a tag thing. It's like, all right, tag, you're it, and the next person. And but if it's not a lot of Shazamming, then no, because we do play the same character. It doesn't really make sense for us to be in the same scene. It kind of breaks the what's the word? The when you're like
Focus.
the immersion, break the
Sure,
immersion.
sure.
So yeah, I did get to hang out with the adults a lot more, because of
Yeah, you weren't Shazammed much towards the
Lucy
end. Yeah.
Lou hit me with a pool noodle.
I mean, if anybody's gonna do it, it might as well be Lucy, right?
Oh, dude, I was
Mhm.
ready. I was like, harder. Like, what are you doing? But anyway, and yeah, the wand was, or the wizard staff was actually a pool noodle, so it was very threatening. I
Oh
mean,
wow, there you go.
Lucy Lou made it believable. So every time she swing that thing, I'm like, oh.
Oh man,
You
yeah,
know?
she's been in an action movie since I was in high school, so like that's she's been throwing it down for a while.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you and DJ like have like time together so that he can get your mannerisms down for when he's on screen at all?
They
Because I think that's something to get that you'd want to get right on screen.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. We never had a table read for this first one. We actually had to do it ourselves and kind of pick up the phone and call each other. So
is
it
that
was
because of
more of a
COVID
call.
or
Well, no, because we filmed it in 2018 or 2017, my
oh the
bad.
first one,
The
right,
first one. Yeah. So that's kind of where we established the characteristics and uh our takes on the portrayal of Pedro Peña. I told him basically what I was thinking, and he told me what he was thinking, and they were pretty much one and the same. I just gave him some of the backstory that I drafted up that maybe he didn't think about, or he thought a different route, but he ended up liking what I said. So um that's kind of how it started, and I told him, I like what you're doing so far, like because they were showing me like a couple of like his scenes, and I'm sure they're showing him my scenes just to kind of help um make sure the continuity is straight. And I think for the second one, some more of the same thing. I kind of already had trust in his work and stuff, and he had trust in mine. So we just kind of did it naturally, and it shows on the film. Like he portrayed it really well. But I also feel like Pedro is a lot different from the first movie. He's transitioning to his own person, kind of figuring himself out, seeing what he likes, baseball, for example, amongst men.
man?
And so he's kind of figuring stuff out and just flourishing, and that's a beautiful thing. I'm excited to be able to share this kind of role with the world because it's something new for me. I've never played this kind of character in this dynamic, so it's pretty exciting, and I love it.
Let's talk about that moment for a second here. We're introduced to the fact that your character is in the closet in the beginning of the movie,
Yeah.
particularly in the baseball scene. When you're watching baseball, that's kind of where it hits you in the face. Of, oh, okay, all right. And then at the end, he reveals the secret with a great moment, a good laugh, but then a very sweet moment right after, like just the way they all reacted, and like, yeah, we know. And it just, it was. I think it was an
Mhm.
awesome moment, and it was handled very well. You're gonna have all kinds of people that are gonna be like, oh, they're just pushing this in the movie to be this or that or say this political thing. That's all garbage. This was perfectly well done. I thought
Mhm.
this fit. That's great. Expands out your character even more, fleshes them out, gives some real depth to your character. And I think you guys, especially you, portrayed all of that very, very well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I feel like we left a little bit of a hint on the first one, and we kind of in hopes that people picked it up. But you know
I'm not that bright.
All these all movies and TV shows are always up for interpretation. There's always things that people miss and stuff. Like, for example, I have yet to see anyone mention that the OG Billy Batson is in our movie. I'm not sure if you knew.
He was gonna. He
Okay, cool,
nudged me
cool.
in my arm during the movie. He's like, hey.
Yeah,
and
that's like one of my favorites. I'm like, the nod. It's like, yes, you got the
Yes.
approval from the OG.
Yeah.
I told Dave, I'm like, we're probably the oldest people in here, but that Shazam predates everyone. And I'm like, oh, I know exactly who that is. Just because
Yeah.
I'm like, I've seen him before, and plus it was the shirt.
T-shirt.
For
That-
sure,
yeah,
yeah, I
t-shirt,
couldn't give it away. But
Yeah.
you'd
Kinda-
be surprised how many people didn't even catch that. I had to tell a lot of people. I'm like, by the way, it's a big deal. I wish I would have got to meet him, man.
Oh, that'd have been cool, man.
But it would have been cool, yeah.
Yeah, show off your little bling there. That thing is cool. That necklace you got there is pretty dope.
Thank you.
That is
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So I did some research before the interview here. I watched some of your other interviews that you've done. You do a lot of press, man. You were working out there. Good job. Good for you. And I saw you got interviewed outside of a place we go to a lot in we have some people in LA that work on our website on our blog. You were at the Queen Mary.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do you think of that experience?
Well, it's kind of freaky, you do kind of get the chills in certain parts of the boat, and it's like, what? And I do believe in the supernatural and spirits and energy and stuff like that. So when I was there, I got the chills, and I was like, I'm out of here. Like, I just went to the outside area, went to go hang out with the performers sliding, trying to scare me. Like, this is more my cup of tea versus actual like spirits trying to send me a message from the beyond.
Yeah, the fake haunted house rather than the real haunted boat. Yeah,
exactly. I was like, I'll take the fake stuff, thanks.
yeah, yeah. Kyle did a haunted house for us this year, just a
Mhm.
fake one, not a real one.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
going on Horror Nights. That's one of my favorite activities
Yeah.
around Halloween.
At Universal Horror Nights is one thing I do eventually want to do, but I don't travel as often as I want to. But Six Flags is probably the closest thing for us to do that.
Yeah.
we're stuck in the flyover states. We're over here in the Midwest, so we don't get the cool stuff. But I travel as much as I can, so I get out to LA and stuff like that, San Diego. All right, so this is another spoiler, guys. If you're listening and you haven't watched the movie, you might want to skip ahead a little bit. But the ending of your movie with Gal Gadot, you got Wonder Woman herself popping up in the movie. How was that working on set with her?
Oh man, I wish I was there. It looks like I'm there, but I'm not.
Oh, see, I wasn't
and
sure.
that-
Maybe she wasn't there, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dang. I honestly I didn't know until I watched the movie for like one of the first drafts. I think January. Yeah, January, and it's an earlier cut. It was still after a bunch of test screenings, but it was still early because there was some things that had gotten cut. And yeah, I had the like chills, man. I was sitting in the theater at the Warner Bros. Lot. I was like, wait, that when I was there, that other different person. That what? And I was just like, man, she's gorgeous, and she plays the role amazing. She did amazing in Wonder Woman. I loved 84, and I loved the other one too. So it's a great cameo, and I feel like we kind of needed that dynamic because Billy and Wonder Woman have a lot of history in the comics. So
Speaking of, I'm sure you've gotten asked this a million times. Before you got your role, did you know a lot about Shazam?
yes, because I played Injustice: Gods Among Us with my friends back on PS4, and that was actually one of my main characters. It was Shazam, Zod, and who else? Yeah, I think it was Shazam and Zod mostly. Oh, Solomon Grundy was a good one.
All right. Kyle, do you have mains? Kyle, you played Injustice, right?
Yeah, I did. Oh man, Green Arrow, Batman, and I'm trying to think back to Injustice 1.
Just say you're a zoner, man. Just say it. Say it.
I didn't play much of Shazam. I don't know why, but yeah, no, Green Arrow, Batman, and Probably
I know.
Hal.
I know why. Because Green Arrow's your favorite and
He
Batman's
is.
awesome.
Well,
That's why.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I played Flash too. That was I missed that guy.
Oh,
That
Yeah.
was my favorite. I liked his moveset a little more on Injustice 2. The combos came a little
Mhm.
easier to me.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What is the audition experience like for you to get this role? How stressful was it for you? Well, take us through. How'd you get this? How'd you get this part?
Well, the first initial audition was that. Well, I mean, obviously there's anxiety and nerves and stuff, but I kind of utilize that. That's part of my technique. I utilize the nerves and anxiety and don't let it diminish my performance. Kind of let it enhance.
Mhm.
And I would say it was kind of weird because like it could have been one or two things. I was like, to me, it could have either been Shazam, Black Adam, or I mean, maybe the Flash or something like that. So I was like, what could this be? It's definitely something in the superhero realm. And because all they really said was, yeah, you're at like this hangout, and all of a sudden, a spark of purple and black lightning is shooting towards your face, and it stops just before it reaches you, and you kind of react really abruptly, and then someone comes in, punches him, gets him out the way, and then you say, "Kick his ass, Billy," and that was my line that I had to perform. But instead of saying Billy, it was like some generic name like Bronson or like John or something. Like it was like, "Kick his ass, John." So that's what I was saying constantly. I had to do a couple different takes with Rich Delia's office, and I mean it was super fun. They made it really fun and interactive, and I just had a blast at that audition. And then after that, they called me in for a callback with the director, David F. Sandberg, which this was my initial time meeting him. He was on the couch seated, and he was very professional looking and just minding his business with a little notepad and stuff. And I went in there very, very nervous because he seemed like somebody who doesn't mess around. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, let me get my stuff together. And then I performed it. He gave me some notes. I took those notes and kind of incorporated it, and just did what he asked. And then from there on, he decided to kind of take it a different route because he was like, well, Jovan, there's not too many lines in this one, so let's do something different. I'm gonna interview you, and you stay in character and just respond as Pedro Peña. And I was like, oh, okay. Um, all right. So that was kind of like a curveball, kind of a cold read situation. But I made the most of it. I kind of had an idea of where I was gonna go with it. I kind of wanted to incorporate my own things that I love and hobbies because Pedro Peña is a lot like a younger version of me. So, I pretended like I was playing video games and I just wasn't really listening to him. Like, and so I was just like playing video game on the TV, talking to me. He's like, "Oh, yeah, so yeah, I'm in school." And then just doing my thing, and he would
Pretty
ask
easy
me like,
gig, huh?
yeah, and then he would ask, just ignore somebody for a living. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy.
Just sit
And
there and listen to your music and play some video games, and you're hired.
yeah, and then he gave me some pretty good questions. He was like, "Where are you from? What do you like to do?" And I said, "Well, I'm not really sure where I was born, but right now I live in Philly, and yeah, I like playing video games and listening to music and just you know hanging out." That's all I said. And from there he asked, "What kind of video games? What are you into?" And I was like, Call of Duty, race car games, GTA, stuff like that." And then he said, "Call of Duty, what's that about?" I was like, "Oh, this is this guy, Captain Price, so Ghost." And then he asked, "So, but do you know why they call him so?" And I said, "Well, I didn't know off the top of my head because I was not brushed up on soap's origin, but I was like, I think it's because, well, when he kills people, he likes to keep it clean." That's what I said, and he just, he was very serious the entire interview, and he just went like this, he was like, "All right, thank you," and,
You didn't
and then
give
I
it a
was like,
break.
"Yeah, I got him to break a little bit, and that's all I needed." I was like, "Yes."
Yeah.
I left that interview, and I was like, "I don't care if I get this or not. I made him move."
Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, congratulations. I mean, You're great in the movie, and you movies and acting isn't your only passion. You are a recording artist,
Yes, I do. I do
and
rap
you've
music.
yeah, you've got a new single called Heavy that came out earlier this week on March 14th.
Uh,
What?
Actually, it got delayed. It's
Oh
gonna
no.
be dropping. Yeah, we had some issues with the distributor, but we worked it out, ironed it out. So, it's gonna be dropping the 21st. I'm actually gonna
Perfect.
be leaking the instrumental today. I'm not sure if the
Ooh.
music producer approved, but I want to do it. I'm gonna
You're
get this song
excited,
out.
man. Yeah, you gotta get it out there.
You know, so.
So what inspired your passion for music?
Well, I've loved music and it's always been a part of me ever since I was a kid. I started playing the violin in school. I played the flute, the drums, bongos, piano. I tried the guitar, but I didn't like how it made my fingers all weird. So I was like, no.
I've
I
got the
stuck to the
fingers of a
piano.
former guitarist. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, so I stuck to the piano and to the violin mostly. And from that love, I kind of naturally just had it in me, the love of music and the understanding. I had good timing and tempo and stuff. I would always tap my feet and stuff. I used to be a tap dancer as well, so that could have played
Dude.
a part into my habits and stuff. What were you
Yeah.
gonna
Oh, that's impressive, man. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
no.
Yeah.
say? Yeah, not a lot of people know I used to be a tap dancer. So I mean, I don't ask me to do it now because I'll just fall. I don't remember, but I used to be back when I was a kid. And yeah, so I did a music video for a friend of mine. He asked me to play his younger version. Shout out Fatel, back when I was like 15, 16, I want to say. And I played his younger version. The producer thought I was a natural. He's like, "You got a good look to be a rapper or something." Like, maybe let's try to get you on a song and see how it goes. It's a lot of artist development that he was doing for me, and that is a lot of work. Getting the artists to be confident in their voice, confident in their lyrics. It's a whole different ballgame, and that takes time. I mean, even to this day, I still have insecurities about my lyrics and certain parts, like when my voice does something or whatever. And
Yeah.
I I've worked through it to the point where I can tolerate my voice and also uh love it at certain times. So, as artists and as perfectionists, we always strive to be better. So yeah.
Yeah. What influences do you have as far as music goes, as far as like in the hip hop and rap world? Where do you kind of see yourself being influenced from?
Definitely Eminem, Nas. But listening a little bit more of like Doom, Freddie Gibbs. I like Action Bronson. He's pretty dope. And I like to be diverse with my music taste as well. Listen to a lot of like soft rock and stuff like that, and oldies, some jazz here and there. I use jazz for sleep too. So
Perfect.
just different things like that, and I love to find new music that I love that I might have not necessarily been a fan of, and then I become a fan because of a particular song, and then I want to learn more.
Cool. Do you are you kind of doing your own producing too? Are you doing beats and stuff, or just lyrics?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day, but um, I do kind of dabble in engineering for myself, so I can engineer a session at least for myself. For somebody else, they probably won't have the patience for me.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I'm a huge Linkin Park fan, and Mike Shinoda's out there doing producing for people. He's did some stuff for the Scream soundtrack. Get you and him in a room together and
Oh, that'd be sick.
get some
There's
magic going
another
there.
encore.
I always
Cool.
I only say it because your song is called Heavy, and they have a song called Heavy, so I kind of put them together.
That's fine.
So all right, congratulations on 21st. Now we'll be looking for that and the instrumental. Go find it, guys. By the time this is out, it'll be out there. So
Yeah.
go find it. That's dope. I can't wait to hear that. That'll be great. Um,
Yeah, it's gonna be on my Instagram. So
okay,
follow
yeah,
me at Jovan Armand official on IG.
perfect. That'll be in the show notes as well, guys, just in case you're driving and you can't punch it in right now.
They're like
Ki-
parking.
yeah, pull over now. Kyle, I've been talking a lot. You got anything?
Yeah. Where do you see Pedro going in the next Shazam film, and where is there a certain Shazam villain that you want to see the Shazam family go up against?
That's a great question. For Pedro Pena, I feel like I want him to find self-love. I want him to experience what it's like to love yourself and to appreciate yourself, your sense of style and everything, and find confidence because, you know, being timid and confident are two things that go hand in hand really well because, you know, it would make him a great listener and a great observer. And sometimes being an observer helps you in a lot of situations. Um, so I would say maybe switching up his fashion sense, just kind of seeing what he's into and stuff like that. And you know, what is Pedro Pena looking forward to when he becomes an adult, you know? Stuff like that. And for villains, man, there's so many options. Um Solomon Grundy is a stretch, I would assume, but that'd be pretty cool. Um, who's in the universe that I could like say? I mean,
I mean, you could take Solomon Grundy. Those guys have plenty of other villains they can work with. You can
Yeah.
Shazam can have Solomon Grundy.
yeah, Solomon Grundy the Undead would be pretty cool. I mean,
Mhm.
it kind of go hand in hand with our father Victor
Oh,
Vasquez,
yeah.
because, you know, from The Walking Dead and stuff. So that'd be pretty dope. Fighting zombies,
Mhm.
Gorilla Grodd would be pretty cool, but I don't know. Maybe something more of the likes of like I don't know, Martian Manhunter. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the DC universe being in the state that it's in, we don't know what's going on. We got no idea. James Gunn is kind of taking the helm and he's doing his thing with it, and we don't know what that means for like the characters, like your set of universe characters and Aquaman and all these characters. We don't really know what's going on yet. The credit scene tells us one thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully that we're getting more. Um, so stay till the end, kids. Do not leave the theater early. Stay right to the last bit till the lights are back on. Do not leave.
How did you feel about that too? Because I personally did not know who it was from the back. I was like, who's this guy?
When we got to the prison, I saw the back of his head. I've seen him in a lot of movies. I could kind of tell who it was. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, this is cool. We're gonna see him again. And then they brought Mastermind back, and I thought, all right, this is dope. I thought that was cool. But the other one too, like the other mid credit scene, blew me away. I was not expecting that. How do you feel about the Shazam family maybe working with the Justice Society or even running into the Suicide Squad?
I mean, that would be epic. I mean, I don't know how they would put so much story into one movie.
Yeah.
It'd definitely be like a Deathly Hollow situation, part one and part two.
Yeah, right.
You know, but I feel like I would be excited for it. I mean, I don't see why not. Like that'd be pretty dope. I think everybody would love to see that. And yeah, that's pretty dope. I like the last one too because it could go several different ways. You know, there's also the Monster Society of Evil, some other villains that have been shown in the comics for Shazam too that, you know, one of them was utilized in Black Adam. The name escapes me, but you know, the final villain at the end and stuff. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kyle, let you
Starts
look
with
that
an
up.
S. Yeah. I'll look it up while you talk.
Well, he looks
But
like a
yeah,
demon. I would say that.
yeah. But even if you don't get to work with the Suicide Squad, maybe you get to work with Peacemaker and you get to hang out with John Cena for a little bit.
I'll do that. If I could even see it, you know, that'd be dope.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was kind of blown away by that mid credit scene. I did not expect that. That's pretty cool. That was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
I know you didn't have anything to do with that scene, but still, I thought it was a lot of fun, and it led me to have hope for this franchise for Shazam, at least to continue on. Because again, we don't know what James Gunn's going to do with his brand for the future. Or maybe you do, and you're not allowed to say anything. I'm not going to get you in trouble. But
Yeah, that's why I've been kind of pushing the call to action, you know, because I feel like if we're in a situation where the fans love it so much and they showed up, they showed out, the
Mhm.
numbers are there. We have a little more leeway, you know, with persuasion and stuff. So.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
The proof is in the numbers right there. I mean, and
Yeah.
I think you know, I think numbers might be down the first weekend because you're going up against a lot of really good movies right now. But I think word of mouth is going to really help you guys a lot. I think you're going to see some big numbers maybe next weekend. I hope this weekend. I hope you guys blow it out of the water this weekend. That's what I really want to see.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
like
hoping for a hundo. Hoping for
there you
that.
go. Yeah. What was great is usually when we go to these first night comic book movie showings, it's not a lot of kids. It's mostly 20s, 30s. They're out there. My cats are destroying my house. But there was a family behind us that was hanging out, some kids,
Mhm.
and I thought this is great. And when the F-bomb almost got dropped, I just couldn't stop laughing. I thought that was great. But this movie is overall a family movie. You can bring the whole squad with you and just have a really good time, which is great to see, because that's kind of what these comic book movies were meant to be. Is comic books were meant for kids back in the day, but they've kind of taken a darker turn, which is fun for me as an adult, because I do enjoy it, but it's good to see something for the kids too. And Shazam is perfect, I think, for the entire family. And I mean, that's what your whole thing is about, is family.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this second one, is like it does take a lot of things that people have been asking for from the first one, and delivers. It's very fan servicey, and it's got got all this action and all these explosions and stuff like that. And Shazam with the lightning hands and stuff, like the lightning fist, that definitely that gave me chills, simply because, like I said, Injustice Gods Among Us, that was part of the combo chain. So as soon as I saw Cha! I was like, all right, this is time to beat him up, get him in that corner, just So
Now I kind of want to go back and replay Injustice.
that's what I'm saying. Like, Shazam was
go.
goated in that game. This is a combo. You get him in that corner, it's over. Like, you get this long combo string. It's really nice. So
Nice. All right, Kyle.
It was Sabak from Black Adam. That's who it
Okay.
oh,
was.
there we go. There. Okay.
And oh boy, I'm trying to think.
Atrocitus, would he fit?
Atrocitus would fit.
Okay.
It would be a pretty big fight with Atrocitus and the Shazam family.
His power level is like up there too, I think.
Yeah, if he brings his the cat Red Lantern in and everything, if he just brings the whole Red Lantern core, it would be an amazing fight.
We would need some backup.
Yeah.
There you go. That's how we introduced the Green Lantern Corps into the movies through you guys. You guys will be the gatekeeper for it.
No.
No? I gotta ask, because I haven't seen it. You can see behind me, I got Star Wars stuff hanging on the walls and action figures, and I'm a collector. Kyle is also behind him. Do they have a Pedro action figure yet?
No, I'm hoping one day. I've been waiting for the day, but hopefully soon they'll have one of the younger versions. Not just Pedro, but the rest.
Yeah, maybe at least a Funko Pop or something.
Yeah, just one. I even went on to Pop Yourself on the website, and I went to and I'm probably gonna post it after this, and just the movie's already out, so people probably see this outfit. But yeah, so I made one that looks pretty close to one of my outfits from the final scene, like the dinner scene with everyone all together and Anne's there and stuff. And yeah, so I'm gonna post that, and hopefully I'll tag Funko, see if they change their mind about not doing it. I don't know what's wrong with them. They need to capitalize.
They make enough Deadpool and Harley Quinn ones. Let's get on this with other characters.
I mean, the unicorn got a pop, and the unicorn's not even a freaking human being. Like, come on.
I mean, it was a cool moment, but let's go. Come on.
Right.
They didn't have a speaking role.
Yeah,
exactly. We're OGs, and we're being disrespected by Pop right now.
Come on, Funko, get on it.
You mentioned earlier that you enjoyed working with like Lucy Liu, like when you had the scenes. How was it working with Helen Mirren?
That was a whole other different thing. Like, I have so much respect for these ladies. They're very like humble and sweet, but they're also just like up there. I feel like a small fry when I'm around them, and they're super cool, super friendly, and I'm just enamored by the performance. I just sit there and watch, and just kind of like, Mom, are you watching? She's on her phone, like trying to set up my meetings and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm watching. you know, like, and I'm
Yeah,
like, Mom, look at this, look at this.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's kind of different seeing both Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren in a comic book role. So you're like, what else can I learn from these women?
Right. Yeah. And then they knock it out the park, man. I mean, even from the jump, they're very intimidating. They do everything really well, and you can tell that they're like professionals and they're pros at this. So
Mhm.
it's just there's levels to this stuff. I always tell people. So it's cool to be able to see that and learn from it, because I learned at an early age from an early mentor that um the day that you stop learning in this business, you should quit. That you never stop learning, and the day you stop is the day you stop. So yeah.
All right. So say you're a little older now. We're doing reboots of reboots. We're doing a new DC universe in the future. What superhero do you want to play?
Hmm. That'd be interesting. I don't know, maybe somewhere in the Green Lantern universe would be pretty cool. Or maybe somewhere in the Flash, like some kind of friend of Barry Allen's or something. Who knows?
Yeah. You want to stay on the hero side, or would you want to be a villain?
Oh, that'd be pretty sick too. Penguin. I'm open to that. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Um, I love Danny DeVito's portrayal of the Penguin. That was pretty good.
Classic. Yeah.
Slept on.
Are you excited to see Michael Keaton as Batman again this summer?
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to see the mean face again, though.
Yeah. Let's get nuts. Yeah, it's gonna be great. What's so as far as your other roles, you've done a lot of TV and some other movies and stuff like that. What kind of would be like a dream role for you, like a dream director, somebody you really want to work with?
I'm open to working with everyone, but I would definitely um be down to work with like the director that pulled together The Irishman. That's a movie I'm really into right now, as well
Yeah.
as whoever directed Matchstick Man, because that's another favorite of mine. I like that one.
That's a classic, yeah. At this point, it's a classic. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah,
old.
Nicolas Cage is so good. Like
Yeah.
I love him.
Something we ask every single guest that comes on our podcast. So we consider geeking out to be about any. You can geek out about anything, not just comic books or nerd stuff. You can be a geek about sports, music, whatever. So, what in your life are you a geek? What are you geeking out about? Like, what aspect of life do you get super amped for? You could talk for days about it.
Probably like Need for Speed games. I'm their biggest critic and their biggest fan. Um, that as well as like GTA, Call of Duty. I love all those games, and I have a group of friends. English, a group of friends that we play video games together. We have a lot of fun and stuff. They are tired of GTA because it's been out for years. So just waiting for GTA 6 so I can finally drive around with the boys.
Yeah, when they keep teasing it, it's just a matter of
Right.
when. I just played through Red Dead 2 for the first time, and that game is amazing.
That's a
Same
fun
guys.
one. It's a shame you weren't there when there was like hackers and stuff, because that was pretty crazy. I came back to the game. I got lassoed by a skeleton and like
Oh,
dragged halfway across the
Oof.
map, and I don't
wow.
even
All
want to
right.
say what else happened, but it was pretty crazy. I'm like, Jesus, what game is this? What
Yeah.
up?
Reminds me of Undead Nightmare from the first one.
Yeah, yeah.
So as far as video games go, are you a console guy, PC guy, all of it, whatever?
Eventually, the move would be ideal to have my console, my PC, maybe a Steam Deck for travel and um stuff like that. I like Switch too because I like some of the Nintendo games. But yeah, so I mean, I don't discriminate. I am in favor of the PlayStation just simply because it's what I grew up on. It was gifted to me by my grandmother, my PS3, before she left, and then I got the Switch recently, or not too recently, but like 5 years ago from Zach. He gifted me a Switch after the first
Oh,
movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
nice.
So that was really nice of him, and has Pedro Pena on the back and everything, and
Awesome.
and yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I still use it to this day. And my mom, I let her borrow it sometimes. She likes playing Animal Crossing or the Pokemon and stuff. So,
Perfect for mom.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you said Need for Speed, but and Call of Duty and GTA. What is your all-time favorite game?
All time, probably just because it meant a lot to me at the time, was Need for Speed Most Wanted. You know, that was one of my favorite games at the time. I was in school, so I would get home, I'd be tired, I'd make like a PB&J and go play Need for Speed and race at the airport with my Hennessy Venom GT. You know, that was my thing. Just praying one day I could beat a Bugatti. You know, my Hennessy Venom.
Nice. Okay, so you started your career very young. I mean, did you always want to be in acting? I mean, you did a lot of music stuff. You did ballet, or I'm not sorry, tap dancing, not ballet. Sorry.
That was Grace.
But I mean, you had a lot of talents, a lot of gifts. What made you decide acting? That's the way I want to go. Well, now you're doing music too, but I mean, you started in acting.
Yeah, so I decided I wanted to be an actor when I was like 4 years old. I made the decision. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I want to act. I want to be like the kids on Sir Life of Zack and Cody. And she was like, she was like, well, I don't know, because she had a stable job at the time. I'm asking a lot from her to kind of give up because she understands the game. She was musical theater, and she actually got I believe a scholarship to Broadway. So that's something that unfortunately she wasn't able to follow her dreams on because her parents didn't support it. Just different times, you know. And unfortunately that didn't happen. But the way she sees it is that, you know, if she had gone, maybe she wouldn't have had me, and she accepts like her destiny to kind of help curate my career, and couldn't be happier. So that's always a blessing, and I love the support that I get from my mom. It's I welcome it with open arms, and yeah, so she's also my first acting coach, my first manager, first agent, all that.
Dude, that's awesome. Let's just give it a minute for your mom. That's outstanding because
Mhm.
you hear all. I mean, just the hard work it is to be an adult in that industry.
Yeah.
For her to have to kind of, like you said, give up, a lot of her time and energy to help you pursue your dream. She's living her dream through you, man. That's awesome. That's exciting, and it's great that she's there for you and she's able to support you in that way. That's and then help you
Yeah,
achieve
and
what you're doing.
go ahead.
Yeah, just help you achieve everything that you're doing.
Yeah, and now that I'm like an adult too, I've tried to tell her like I'd like you to be involved in the industry, like find something that you love. I mean, you were my agent for a long time. You also managed, so you kind of understand, submitting and all these things, and getting these actors headshots ready, all this stuff. And why not become a talent agent? So she ended up opening her talent agency over quarantine. I convinced her, and then she convinced herself too. So
It's awesome.
yeah, she opened up her talent agency. It's Quartz Talent Agency, and she the SAG franchise, so it's all legit. It's all through SAG, so it's backed and bonded. Um, and yeah, it's going great. She's had a couple very successful clients and lots of bookings. So hopefully, fingers crossed, she'll be one of the bigger agents later down the line. You know.
Hey, if she needs any help, we'll have her clients. We can put them on our show. We can get them an extra 10 or 12 fans.
I'll let her know. Yeah.
Or hey, if she wants to, take me on as a new leading actor way past his prime. No, I'm just kidding. I can't
You know
have it.
what's funny is she actually has taken on some people that are like, consider themselves past their prime, that are in their 40s or 50s and stuff, and they actually still book or take on auditions a lot. So
Yeah, those are great stories. Is the people that are like in their late 40s and they start become like this phenomenal actor just kind of out of
yeah.
nowhere. That's pretty dope. Well, I know I got to ask you because it is kind of the big thing out there, and it is a Warner Brothers thing. Well, what about Last of Us? Did you play that at all? Did you like that? Did you watch the show?
Um, I played the multiplayer. I didn't get involved with the game like the single player because I was going through this phase where I liked watching let's plays or like other people
Yeah.
play it. So I watched PewDiePie play it.
Okay.
'Cause I played it vicariously through him. He's a slower. He takes like his gaming pacing a little slower than most, but I enjoyed it. And it was funny and entertaining. So
Mhm.
Any plans for you to do on Twitch or game on Twitch, or do you do that?
eventually, yeah, I'd like to get a setup and do all that kind of stuff and get
Seems
involved.
perfect for you.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, man, I'd watch. I got my Twitch guys that I watch, so I'd check you out, man. That'd be great.
Yeah, if I do, I'll let you know. I'll definitely send you.
Yeah, we'll promote it again to our 12 listeners.
Hey, 12 streams, man.
That's
It's
right.
awesome.
That's right. That'll
Awesome.
get you somewhere. Well, last thing I want to ask, because I'm a huge fan of this guy. I've been a fan of him for a long time. What's it like working with Zach? He seems like down to earth and just a ton of energy. But what do you think? Like, what do you like? You like working with him?
I would say, I don't think he's changed since Alvin and the Chipmunks. He's still the great, fun-loving guy. I watched Alvin and the Chipmunks as a kid. So, I just texted him actually like this morning. Just I wanted to let him know that his recent post was really well written, and I loved it. It warmed my heart because he dedicated a lot to this movie, not just in the making of it, but behind the scenes and stuff. Being there for his castmates and stuff like that, and just he went above and beyond for this movie, and he's still trying to push it as hard as he can, no matter how much backlash people might give or haters that are out there. And I mean, you can't hate on that because he is a phenomenal actor, and he is just pushing above and beyond, and he's keeping that positivity at an all-time high. So
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of that guy. I liked him in Chuck. I'm actually rewatching Chuck because I heard a rumor that they might make a movie soon. But I've always thought he's a really funny guy, like a good actor. And then when you see him, like when he was doing interviews at Comic-Con and stuff like that, when Chuck was over, he just seemed
yeah.
like one of us. Like he's just a geek. He's just having a good time. And then yeah, it's good to see that he's a cool guy, on set for you guys as well.
Yeah, he's pretty dope. I actually have like his contact photo is this picture from Alvin and the Chipmunks where he's like got his headset on, his gamer headset on, and he's holding the controller like. 'Cause
I
he's
mean,
a gamer, so.
how cool is that to say? I got Zach Levi on my phone. I just shot him a text this morning. That's gotta be kind of fun, right? Think to sit back and think about it.
Yeah, like I guess I never really did sit back and think about it, but that is pretty sick. It's pretty dope. But at the
I
end
mean,
of the day,
there's somebody out there that's like, I got Javon's phone number in my phone book too. Like, there's somebody that's thinking that same thing too, dude.
no, trust me, I've after Tuesday, I found out a lot of people, even people that are like in the industry are able to fangirl. So it's like, whoa. You know?
Do you have an example? Did something happen? What do you mean?
I don't want to give out too much. I
Okay,
don't want to
okay.
call anybody out. But yeah, I just found out some people are not used to this kind of situation.
Yeah.
That's why I always say there's levels to this stuff, man. And I try to keep a level head, but I do freak out sometimes. It's mostly at home. I'll save it.
Before we wrap up, I have one question just popped into my head. So when obviously you find out they're making a sequel and everything like that, do you get just your, like, when they give you the script, do you just get your lines, or do you get like to see the whole script?
Now it's a little more relaxed, more chill than the first one. The first one, we got used to get tablets and they would monitor it. And they delete the script like after we're done with it.
Oh.
So I would say this time around it's a lot easier to handle. They send me it, and I can read it through a secure website. Still, they give me like a login and all that, and yeah, I get to read it beforehand and kind of figure out and map out my character portrayal or how I'm gonna do his transitioning into this new movie and stuff. And yeah, so I'm hoping that we get a third, but like I said, it's up to the fans. So
I mean, we're gonna push it. We're gonna praise this movie because we haven't done our review yet of it, but for the podcast. But man, I got nothing but glowing things to say about this movie. I had a blast. The whole cast, all you guys seem like so much fun and seem like you guys really connect, and just like there's chemistry that's there. The family, the heartfelt family feeling is there on the screen. That all falls through, and then of course there's the action for all the comic book fans, and the lore is there for the diehards, and the Easter eggs, of course, that we were talking about. I mean, they're all there. I mean, start to finish, this was a lot of fun. This movie, and this interview was a lot of fun, start to finish. We had a good time with you, man. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us. This is just a cool thing. When we found out we could talk to you, we were all like, "What? Really? All right."
I'm pretty
I was
easy going, I try to make myself available as best as I can.
There you go. There you go. All right. I know you're a Dodgers fan, but I gotta say, go Brewers. You guys break my heart like every year, but uh, but that's how it goes. Kyle, anything last things you want to say?
Oh no, just thank you for the time and everything. It's been real fun and everything. And you were amazing in the movie, and I hope to see more of you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, thanks for the interview. I had a great time as well. And make sure to send it to me. I'll repost it and stuff for sure.
Absolutely. All right.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Great talking to you. Have a
All
good
right.
one.
Yeah, take care. And that, my friends, is Jovan Armand. I think you get a good idea of why I said this guy's going to be going places. He's talented.
Yeah.
Go check out his single Heavy. We got to listen to it today. I know Kyle's not a big rap guy, but what do you think, Kyle?
I really impressed.
Dude is throwing bars, man. He's got a good flow, a good voice.
Yeah.
Was not what I was expecting. Not for your PG audience, that's for sure. It is censored, the version I heard, but he goes from rapping in English to rapping in Spanish in there.
I do love rapping in different languages. It's really great to hear that, because that's what we're used to. We're used to listening to English, and so hearing it in a different language is great. It's
refreshing.
It's culture. It's culture.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like watching a Japanese movie or something like that, or you know, subtitle movie. It's not all that bad. Or hard work or whatever. It doesn't matter. Music is music, man, and that sounded good. That was good beats, good flow, good rhythm with his rhymes, and like I say, he's got a good voice for that. I was not expecting that. That was he blew me away a lot of times in this interview too.
Yeah.
And I do need to apologize. We didn't really organize who would ask what questions, so I did ask questions that I know Kyle wanted to ask, but I didn't know it at the time. In this game, we try not to pause too long in between questions so that our guest doesn't get bored. We want to keep the energy as high as we can. So, unfortunately, I did a lot of asking of the questions, and Kyle didn't get a chance to ask his questions. But the important thing is, we asked all the questions I think we wanted to ask. We got all the information out there. You definitely want to check this guy out. All of his socials are going to be listed in the show notes below. Find him, follow him, be a fan of this guy. He deserves it. He's working hard. And stay tuned. We got more of this stuff coming this year. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff this year. At the end of this month, I'll be at C2E2, so you'll stay tuned for that. We got WonderCon coming up soon. Jenny will be there for that. San Diego Comic-Con, we already know Jenny and Patrick will be there for that as well. So yeah, I'm saying a lot today, and I'm stalling because I'm thinking a lot. My brain is dead. It's been a long day. I had to wake up very early today, which I still need to tell Kyle all about how that went.
I'll be at the Midwest Gaming Classic.
Yeah.
The same weekend as C2E2, I'll be there. I'll be slinging the merch, but I'll also
be busy weekend.
Yeah, I'll also be getting stuff from the showroom floors, because there's 2 of them, and stuff around there. So look, it's going to be a lot of content that whole weekend
coming up. Yeah, and then hopefully before that Friday and Saturday, we're going to record a WrestleMania preview. We at least try to do one WrestleMania show a year, because there is only one WrestleMania a year. I don't know why I said that. We try to do one full dedicated wrestling show for WrestleMania is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can wrangle Tom in, and we can all talk wrestling again, because that is the same weekend as C2E2 and the Midwest. Yeah, and that happens a lot. C2E2 and WrestleMania often fall on the same weekend, I've noticed, or a pay-per-view. Usually it is WrestleMania, but yeah, this year it's a busy month. I mean, yeah. All right. So I'm trying to think. Brief movie review. Shazam, awesome.
2 thumbs up. Yeah.
Scream 6, awesome.
2 thumbs up.
Real quick, because I think you have it fresh in your mind. Rank your Scream movies for me.
All right. 4, 6, 1, 5, 2, 3.
That is, again, one more time in order of first to last.
Okay. 4.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 4, 6, 1, 5, 2, 3.
This guy's nuts. It's insane. All right, so I have to think about it. 1 and 2 are interchangeable for me as number 1 or number 2. I love Scream 2 a lot, but Scream 1 is what got me back into horror movies. I was in high school when that movie came out. I didn't get to see the first one in the theater. I rented it from Blockbuster. I was not old enough to rent it. I believe that was R-rated. If I remember, no.
They're all R-rated.
Yeah, so there you go. So Scream 2, so Scream 1 has a solid place in my heart. Scream 2, I loved it more. It's got, I mean, with Sliders star Jerry O'Connell. You got Timothy Olyphantastic.
That's right, you do.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is in this movie.
For how long? Though?
I don't care, man. She's in it.
But whatever.
She went from Buffy to I Know What You Did Last Summer to Scream 2. What? Come on, man. It was awesome. Other stars, I think, wasn't Brandy in Scream 2? Was that? No, she was in I Know What You Did. I think she was in I Still Know What You Did.
Yeah. She was in that one.
Second was yeah, I think, yeah, something like that. I just remember she's in a horror movie. That's all I can remember. Yeah, man, it's just I don't know. They kill Randy. So the stakes are upped. Okay, so 1 and 2 are 1 and 2 for me interchangeably. Could be 2 and 1, 1 and 2. Then I'll go 4.
That's
Will I go 4?
4 is really up there. And especially
no, I'm not gonna go 4. I wanted 4 to be amazing because again, the cast is outstanding. Hayden Panettiere, Adam Brody's in there. Who's the black dude? The black cop that's partners with Adam Brody. He's in Transformers. He's got his own TV show, Blackish. Anthony something, right? Anthony something.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't remember names to save my life. He's in it. He's awesome. Allison Brie is in it. I mean, come on, man. That's good stuff.
Come on.
But the cast is. But I was let down, unfortunately, in that one. I think. Oh, Macaulay Culkin's little brother is in there. Kieran Culkin, I think. And then his buddy is. He was on the show Jericho when I was watching at the time when that movie came out. So that it was putting it again in more modern times with the advantage of webcams and stuff like that. So they were kind of upping the stakes with that technology. But I remember so they're trying to do Scream 1 again. It's what it felt like. We're going to the same spots. It's Sydney Beck. Who was the killer and why was it the killer again?
Scream
4? Scream 4.
Oh boy. I say it's my favorite, but again, it's the one I don't.
It's okay. So it's Culkin.
It's one of the boyfriends, yeah?
No, it's Culkin because he was the movie nerd, right?
Yes, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, it wasn't the other one. It was the one that wanted Hayden Panettiere's character.
Yes.
Is not the one that was the killer. It's the one that ended up making out with, or was about to make out with her. He was the killer, and then Sydney's like cousin or something. Like she was the other killer.
Yes,
because he tried to kill Sydney.
No, it was the famous daughter. Oh lordy, yes, I could picture her. Oh man, you know
Emma something.
Emma Roberts.
Yes, yeah, she was related to Sydney, right?
Yes,
her character. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm way off track now. Okay, so 1, 2. I want to say 5, 6, 3, 4.
Okay. Well, wow.
I like 3. I don't. Let me be clear. I love all of them. I love every Scream movie so far. I will watch all of them again before the next one comes out because I'm sure there's going to be a next one.
Yep.
And I'll rewatch all of them before I watch it again. I did not rewatch all of them this time. I watched 1, 4, and 5 because I felt like those are the ones that I needed to watch to refresh my memory on some of these characters, especially the 4 and 5 because those are the ones I've seen the least. I've seen 1 a million times, and I've seen 2 and 3 a bunch too. 3, okay. So 2 was the first one I saw in theaters, which was great. So that's another special spot. It's the first Scream I saw in theaters was Scream 2 with my buddies. It was a high school thing. I think they came out in 99, 96 was Scream 1. So probably 98 or 9 was Scream 2. Scream 3 was one of the first DVDs I ever owned. I remember that very clearly because DVDs were expensive and I was not making a lot of money out of high school. So that's why I remember that. Anyway, I'm going crazy here. What else did I see? That's it. Yeah. I'm gonna go see 65 next week and Creed 3.
Oh, nice.
I believe those are next week, and then lots of movies coming out, man. We got the Mario movie coming out, all kinds of things to review. Oh, Last of Us finished, amazing.
Yep.
Great stuff. They promise season 2 will stretch Last of Us Part 2 out longer. It'll be more than one season. It won't be just one season, which makes sense because I think they're gonna want. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. They're gonna want to stretch a lot of it out. They want to get the bang for their buck, I guess we'll say. Excuse me. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see who they cast because there's some new characters that we're obviously going to get introduced to. Quite a few that we're going to need to learn and see. I believe Joel's brother has a bigger role at the beginning. No, throughout the whole thing.
That's what I hear. There's also Abby. I know she's a new one.
That's the new main character or co-main character. You control two people. You control Ellie and you control Abby.
Okay.
Which is different than the first one because it's just Joel. Then for a brief bit, Ellie, when Joel gets stabbed and he's out of in the winter
with her DLC.
No,
I thought that's separate. Oh, okay.
That is the other one, yes. But when Joel is out of commission,
okay,
and she goes to the cannibals.
Yes,
you play her for that whole segment. That's a great sequence. The restaurant on fire and trying to get away from that guy and being stealthy. Amazing gameplay. So much fun. So much fun. That game is great. I almost want to buy the remastered version and play it again, just to see how cool it looks. But I'm kind of trying to save my money for new games I haven't beaten yet. So speaking of all that, again, I can't say enough good things. Jovan, thank you so much for being on the show with us. We will hopefully talk to you again soon. When Shazam 3 gets announced, maybe we'll get you on. Or when it comes out, we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Guys, go see Shazam. It's amazing. It's great. Take your friends, take your family, go see it. You're gonna have a good time. You're not gonna be let down, I promise.
Yeah.
If you're looking for Batman and Dark Knight, you're thinking of the wrong movie. This is not those movies. This is, if you want a good time at the movies, this is that. Sit down, relax, shut your brain off, and have some fun. And be moved. There's some emotional stuff. I remember the first movie I cried at when his mom wouldn't answer the door or wouldn't let him back in the house or whatever it is. When he finds her again.
Yep.
And there was another part too. That I cried. But like this one got me twice. When he says mom and I'm sorry, when she sees his body, when his brother and the mom go to the body, I was like, damn, dude. Damn it. Just some great performances overall. So yeah, go see this movie. At Atomic Geekdom on all over the social medias is where you can find us. Subscribe to our YouTube. It's free, doesn't cost you nothing. Lets you know every time we upload a video, and we upload videos every other day during the week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we've got unboxing videos. We've got interviews going up from authors all over the place, from Jenny and Matt, and there's articles being written on atomicgeekdom.com from Justin and many other people that are way more talented than me, but I did write one for Linkin Park. Go check that out, atomicgeekdom.com. But if just just subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/atomicgeekdom. I promise you, we're gonna start doing some content over there soon. If not, that's where we do our live podcasting, which does then get put up on YouTube when I stop being lazy about it, and get it edited and put it up there, which I'll be more responsible, I promise. We'll get those going, especially since this one is one of them. All right, Kyle, anything you want to promote? Say.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at KyleCrowes89. And I mean, recently I did a whole week of unboxings on our YouTube channel, so go check those out. And then I'll be back to editing very shortly.
Yeah, we had the week of Kyle because it was Kyle's birthday week. That's not why we did it, but it just worked out that way.
Nope, that's why I did it. That's exactly why I did it.
There you go. So now I have to get back to work and record videos, which is a good thing you reminded me because I didn't do anything yet. So probably do that tonight or tomorrow.
Honestly, it was a nice reprieve being able to just not have to do anything for a week.
Yeah, I mean that kind of maybe is speaking to getting things done early.
Yes.
And so maybe I should take my own advice and do that, and then you can get done with things early. All right, it's 13 minutes past the hour. SmackDown has started. I want to go watch it. I want to order a pizza. I want to relax.
I have to call Domino's apparently.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, week, month, all of that good things, all those good things. We will see you very, very soon. Stay tuned for everything and look in the show notes for all of Jovan's contact information. Follow him on social media. You won't regret it. I promise. He's a good dude. We look forward to seeing more and more awesome stuff. Thanks, guys.
Bye.